After a truly frightening trailer, all of the assumptions were proven correct when Cats got released in theaters to dismal reviews. Yep, the movie was worse than we could have ever imagined. And yes, we actually did sit through the whole thing, just so we could make this video for you. We're gonna break down all the nonsensical moments, scenes, and plots that had us saying, "What?" over and over again. And yes, there will be spoilers, but does a spoiler warning for Cats even really matter at this point? Let's start with the sizes of the cats in relation to the real world. What size are they exactly? We have no clue. The proportions are all way off.
Right, well that's not going to work, is it? That's what I say to you.
In one moment, the cats will have giant milk bottles, then smaller wine bottles, giant chicken bones, then smaller chicken bones. The prop department seemed to just throw everything into the mix. Just take the whole Mungo, Jerry, and Rumple teaser song where Victoria raids the house with the twin cats. Everything seems to have different proportions, including the fork sizes, pearl necklaces, and all types of items in the bedroom. It makes it impossible to truly visualize how big these cats are supposed to be. Just another bizarre visual to toss into the mix. After getting introduced into the world of Jellicle cats, Victoria introduces herself as Victoria and then learns about the naming of cats. The short song sung by Monkeystrap details how a cat must have 3 different names. The song gets into details about the names and pretty much explains why every cat we meet has a peculiar name. So the cats go out of their way to sing this song to Victoria, explain everything, and she still continues to use the name Victoria. Why didn't she change her name to Vava Vicky, Victoria-licious, Vic Chick Tori Tori? We're just spitballing here. She basically heard their all-important cat naming song and was just like, I'm fine with Victoria. Going into cats, there's a lot that we just sort of have to accept at face value. These are singing and dancing cats with human hands. The cats all just roam free on the streets of London. The cats all desperately compete for a chance to enter the afterlife. And on top of all this, we have magic cats. Yep, magical cats. 2 cats specifically, Macavity and Mr. Mistoffelees. But there's really no explanation. We're just supposed to accept that they both have magical powers. Were they born with this magic? Did they earn their magical abilities? We want answers. Macavity's only powers seem to be teleporting people to other locations. And then at the end of the movie, he suddenly has no powers, but we have no clue why he lost them. Our best bet is daylight. You know what, on second thought, we don't want answers. It could lead to a whole origin story spin-off movie. But then again, the film is slated to lose $100 million, so we're pretty safe from any sequels at this point. By the end of watching Cats, there's one thing that's stuck in your head. The word Jellicle. Yeah, we got multiple dance numbers explaining the world of a Jellicle cat. And Victoria's ultimate goal is to be a Jellicle cat. Except, we never even really learn what a Jellicle cat is. Is it a way of life? The name of their gang? A Jellicle cat is a Jellicle cat. We're just supposed to kind of accept that. And we know the origins of the name and song come directly from the Broadway musical, but for some reason the whole Jellicle cat thing is a little easier to accept on the stage rather than in a movie that's supposed to be structured into a story. The movie doesn't really have a plot other than introducing cat after cat, but tries to present us a main character in the form of Victoria. In the movie, she gets tossed out by her owners and goes on a journey to, well, she doesn't really do much. The thing is, Victoria was pretty much a nobody cat in the Broadway show. She had a ballet solo, no speaking lines, and was a glorified background character. The whole movie would have made a lot more sense if the story followed the redemption of Grizabella as opposed to Victoria. We may have actually had some tension, drama, and a semblance of a plot to cling to. As Victoria gets dragged around town, we get introduced to the whimsical world of cats. Each cat has their own song and dance number, pretty much showing off reasons why they deserve to get chosen for the Jellicle Ball. But all of these cats are showing off their songs, skills, and moves for Victoria. Why are they performing for her? Judi Dench's character is the one who makes the final decision. Do they just have a strict practice schedule and want to perform for any audience that they possibly can? Just look at Jason Derulo's introduction in The Rum Tug Tugger. He goes all out, uses his high-pitched voice, and showcases all of his dance skills. Later on, when he sees Judi Dench, he just does a few dance moves and that's really it. No wonder why he wasn't chosen. Well, we're sorry to say it, but we could just never get used to the bizarre looks of the cats in Cats. The faces never quite blended right, and the CG body shapes were sort of weird as well. The whole thing pretty much seemed like a lost cause. But 1 week after the movie got released, Universal was still making improvements to the CG.
But why?
Why waste more money on the obvious bomb? Trust us, fixing a few whiskers or blending faces to look more like cats will not really help improve the movie. We're gonna take a break from being creeped out by terrible looking CG cats to remind you to subscribe to ScreenRant, and click the little bell if you don't mind. Also, if you're watching on mobile, be sure to turn on your notifications in your app settings. A little bit goes a long way. We all love a good musical, but a small break between songs is nice to let us relax and take things in before the next musical number. Well, not in Cats. The Cats is literally a non-stop musical. When there's not a song instantly starting after the next, we're lucky to get about 30 seconds of exposition. We're not even singing and dancing along and we feel instantly tired at the idea. Maybe that was the plan the whole time. Just keep throwing songs in our face until we realize the film has no structure, no character development, and no plot to follow. Nice try, kiddies. The best part about Cats was knowing that it's just a movie. Those cat-human hybrids were not real. Everything is safe as the screen separates us from reality. Then all of a sudden, Judi Dench looks us in the eyes and begins singing a lecture song on cats. Why in the world is she staring directly at us? So what if we're actually dog people? Not like we would get cats confused with dogs anyways, but she makes that perfectly clear with her explanation. We don't even really understand the point of the song. Are we supposed to adopt a cat now? Why do we feel ashamed after she sang to us? What a bizarre way to end the movie. And speaking of the floating chandelier, we never truly understand where Grizabella is headed off to. In the film, the so-called winner gets to go to the Heaviside Layer. Well, from all accounts, the Heaviside Layer is pretty much heaven, we guess. So basically, Grizabella won the chance to perish and get reborn again. But how do we even know that this happens? We didn't meet any cats who have won before. The whole Heaviside Layer is supposed to represent a mythical place. But why do we even care about which cat gets selected if we know nothing about what actually happened? Good luck there, Grizabella. Yes, we're still focused on the whole Jellicle Ball and Grizabella's selection to get there. Grizabella was clearly selected for her beautiful performance of Memories. But what criteria does a cat get chosen for? The movie should have sung a song about the rules of winning, because we really have no clue what the cats are trying to achieve. And Judi Dench's character seems to just choose on a whim, with no official selection process. Typical cats. Naturally, the cats in the film feature a number of different fur designs and outfits to help them stand out. But some of the choices are just confusing. You end up zoning out in the movie. And don't even get us started on Rebel Wilson's Jenny Dots, the cat who literally unzips a layer of cat fur to reveal her dancing outfit underneath. What we concluded from her outfit was that she attacked and skinned another cat to make her fur skinned coat. She takes the coat off multiple times in the film, and no one questions why she owns a cat fur suit. With a rich Broadway tradition, the film didn't have to infuse too many outside elements into the movie. But director Tom Hooper decided to make the message loud and clear. Cats is a political movie. Say what? Yep, in an interview about the film, Hooper claims that Cats has a message about reaching out across political lines to help out others even when the divide has become so great. Yeah, it's pretty safe to say that we all miss that message in the movie. In fact, if you add a political spin to the themes, the movie just becomes even more confusing. Is Victoria an undecided voter and the other cats are trying to persuade her through never-ending musical political ads? Let's just try to have one thing in our lives without a political agenda. We've seen plenty of animals kiss on screen, especially in animated movies. But there's just something about the cats in Cats that makes us feel a little creeped out. At the end of the movie, none of the other cats were selected for the Jellicle Ball, so they all decide to just celebrate and rub up against each other. And that's just a tipping point. The whole movie is filled with sensual tension. The children who see this may have many awkward questions when it's over, and also nightmares, but that's unrelated. And now let's end things on a slightly more positive note. Slave mice children! Rebel Wilson's Jenny Dots may have been one of the strangest cats in the movie, especially as you sit through her song. You know the one. Jenny Dots, the old Gumby cat. It's the song where she eats cockroaches for fun and reveals her collection of mouse slaves. Upon closer inspection, we learn that the mice actually have the faces of children on them, and Jenny Adots uses those mice for some hard labor. What exactly is going on here? And when she disappears at the hands of Macavity, why don't these mice just escape and abandon the life of being a slave? Just anything to distract us from seeing a cat chew on a cockroach as she sings and dances. Okay, it's time for a break. Sorry we unleashed so much cats on you. What moment made the least sense to you from the movie? And was there anything that we missed? Did you actually enjoy the film? Well, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to ScreenRant for more great content just like this.